Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3D Season number 4, round number 3 here at Montreal. My name is King Kodiak, and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box, I'm always happy to say, is the graphics god himself, Mr. Nick Domino.
Oh, I have looked forward to this one all day.
Oh, yes. We have got 29 drivers joining us for this evening's showdown, and quite a number of new names I'm very happy to see. So without further ado, let's introduce our combatants for this amazing track. If practice was anything to go by, there will be a lot of broken bits of cars around as well. So let's see who we've got. Car number 26 is for Team Tepper SNTH. It's Alex Schmidt. Number 21 for Team Tepper is Reina Talva. Car number 27 is No Nonsense Racing Massimo Locatello. Number 13, unlucky for some, is the Art Racing SHH entrant of Francisco Gonzalez. Number 71 is the Alcantech Simulation entrant of Nicholas Rasmussen. Number 76 is the Team Tepper Ranch entry of Philip Schiff. Treble 8 is the Swede for Team AOR Tortoise. It's Frederick Beckman. Number 11 is Comrade Gaming's expert of Alex Bennett. Number 70 just returning to the pits. Ooh, he's having some trouble, it would look like. Privateer entrant of Tom Wallstra. Number 24, also from Alcantech Simulation, it is Michi Kaiser. Number 86 for Team Tepper is James Pinsker. Number 95 is Vessel van Volder. Number 96 is Alex Jonsson, also for Alcantech. Number 40 is No Nonsense Racing Dave Martin. Number 88, another new entrant, is Allied Racing Esports Laszlo Sova, who was one of the fastest, if not the fastest, in the preceding practice session. Another new entrant, Privateer Lee Woodburn from Scotland. Number 33, also from Allied Racing Esports, it's Nicholas Zabo. Number 43 is Radicals Online, Connor Ryan. 147 is Team AOR Tortoises entrant of Evan Imre, one of the tortoises. Number 9, my partner, or one of my partners in crime, our partner in crime, I should say, for the GTE League, it's James Clay. The champ. Number 10, for Radicals Online, it's Paul Ilbrink. Number 94 for Katana iRacing Team is Fer Rodriguez. Number 15 for VP Gaming, it's Bo Dixon. Number 2, with my favourite livery in the world. If we go on the rear chase cam, look at that! The helmet completes the picture as well. I love it. It's Alexei Zelenov. Love it. Number 17 is the Team Tepper slow-mo entrant of Thomas Lackney. Number 48, Privateer entrant from America, it's Stephen Grabowski. Number 99, another new entrant, another Privateer effort of Raphael Bonatti. Treble 7 is the AOR Red entry of Daniel Morris. And finally, number 4 for AOR Red is Alexander Waldo. Now, the Van Waldo and Waldo know the rules. They broke them last week. They mustn't be listed together. Of course, they have all the control in the world over that particular part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We gave them a bit of flack for that last time. And let's hope that they can actually do it this time. Now they know that they shouldn't do that.
Now, you're a bit of a fan of this track, aren't you?
I love this track. It's amazing. It's high speed, and every time you go to one of these chicanes, they have different characteristics. Some of them are going a bit downhill, so you're actually losing a bit of the weight. Some of them are when you're accelerating, as if we look at Nicholas Rasmussen coming out of this turn, the chicane, it's going uphill and the car just really want to slide. And as you can see him going down to the chicane, the curbs so high that if you hit them, you're just hitting the wall, as he goes very close to the wall there. And that's the beauty of this track. You're going so fast, and if you make a mistake, you can feel it, and you will feel it tomorrow and the day after and the day after, because you're just hitting a concrete wall. And then of course
hard.
As we see Nicholas Rasmussen go down through the turn that is maybe not a turn, on some maps it's a turn.
It's turn 12 on my map, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an American turn into the last chicane, 13, 14. These curbs are so high, and as he gets close to the wall of champion. Yes, he gets close to the wall of champion. I do predict that we will see tires flying off cars.
At least once. It's actually one of our newcomers, Michi Kaiser, on the top of the tree at the moment. Where is Mr. Ilbrink? He hasn't set a valid time. Oh wow.
It's because
all riding on this current lap. Now he's down at, he just gone through 7, hasn't he? So he's now on the way through. This is where we picked up Nicholas Rasmussen on his. We rode on board with him for a little bit whilst Nick was talking about the characteristics of this track, the ebb and flow of this circuit. And in practice, a lot of people were caught out at the turn we've just gone through, turn 9. And also a few people overshot, as you would predictably think, here at turn 10. And then you've got 2 fairly non-existent corners. This is turn 11. This is why we call it what we are. And then very non-existent turn 12, which is things.
These are the Americans. When I know we're in Canada, but those corners are named by the Americans. But the hairpin, it's so easy to just understeer because you want to be on the throttle. Let's see if we can get very cautious through the last chicane, 13, 14.
As he hasn't got time on the board, he may not be wanting to take any unnecessary risk. That's a 29.5. That's not the top spot for Paul. That is 4th. It's a good effort, but it's not the front row for him. Alex Bennett has just jumped up into 2nd position. As a reminder, it is they have 3 laps with which to set their top time, and it is solo qualifying. They will not see anybody else. That's why you only see the car that we are focused on, and no one else around them. So Laszlo,
go on.
As Laszlo Sova was top of the tree in the practice session. He's got a 29.451 on the board and still going. Massimo Locatello is still running.
The guy you just told, Laszlo.
Oh dear, what's he done?
He hit the curbs.
And there goes the tail. It looked like he got the car settled again.
But the tires will be gone. Yeah. You've killed them. But it's, interesting, when we look back to last week, we had Ilbrink, he's at the moment P5, fighting with Wallstra, who's P9. And Locatello, who's at the moment P12, coming down to the last chicane. Let's see if he can improve. Those are kind of the...
Locatello, who won the sprint race last week.
Yeah. Oh, he hit the wall of champions.
Who did?
Locatello. Oh my goodness me.
That's what happens when we switch to... Did Paul improve? He didn't. That was not an improvement on his last lap, and he will start no higher than 5th position. Frederick Beckman's the only car still running. My goodness me, you do not expect to see that from the likes of Paul Ilbrink. He's only a couple of tenths off of the top spot. 1st to 17th is separated by 1 second. My goodness me, that is incredibly close. So as soon as Frederick Beckman has gone over the line, he'll finish this lap. Time. Oh, crikey, that's close. But that's what you have to do here at Montreal. Yeah. You have to use. You have to go literally, very, very close to the wall. He did improve, jumps up to 22nd. So let's have a look at the grid then.
Yeah, let's do that.
So it is Michi Kaiser and Alex Bennett on the front row, just 74 thousandths apart. Then it is Sova, Talvar, Ilbrink, Rasmussen, Zabo, Pinsker, Wallstra, Ryan, Dixon, Locatello, Jonsson, Clay, Zelenev, Martin, Walder, Morris, Rodriguez, Bonatti, Lagny, Beckman, Schmidt, Imre, Schiff, Gonzalez, Woodburn, Waldo, and Grabowski.
The Waldos listened to us.
He did.
They did.
Well, it's rare that Waldo would listen to us.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at how the championships currently sit. I will have to bring that up. I don't have a button for it.
No, because no. No,
Well,
that's
Mr. Ilbring leading the way by 29 points, but that's an easily assailable. That's an easily assailable gap between himself.
a bad weekend here, and he could definitely get caught. You know.
I'm told that in chat that Allied Racing have been were setting the times through slipstreaming one another. They've been practicing that particular maneuver. Now that's going to be very, very important here at Canada, particularly down that long back straight. So not entirely unlike pretty much any other racing series that will come through here. But that's going to be a very interesting. You'll see those that have practiced that particular maneuver. You'll see those that have and those that haven't.
Oh, definitely. But, a lap around here, if you get a good lap around here, you have been, having a... Yeah, you have a little brown stripe in your pants for every time, every chicane here. Because it's, you have to go so close to the corner. So, yeah, you definitely have earned it.
Here we go then. Lights are on. Getting ready to go for the feature race. Oops! Someone getting a bit fidgety with the clutch pedal. Oh, that was a long hold. The rev limiter's bouncing away. But here we go then. Let's have a look at our front row. Kaiser holding off Alex as we come into the first set of turns. Looks like everybody's surviving so far. Not seeing anyone pointed the wrong way. But there's still plenty of opportunity for that to change. Side by side all the way through to turns 3 and 4s. We're coming through now. The front guys have gone through okay, but we have ready for me. Oh, I've spoken too soon. Yep, I can see there's trouble further back. Thomas Lagney's in trouble. Daniel Morris and Raphael Bonatti have been caught up in a particular incident. Look at that. Look at the gap between the top 4, which is Kaiser, Bennett, Talvan, Sova, and everyone else. And Daniel Morris is out of the race. He has returned back to the pit. What happened to Daniel Morris?
It looked like Bonatti just braked a bit too much and spun the car, and then it's like, the dominoes effect afterwards. Just people hitting each other.
Oh, that was a bit of a move. That is James Pinsker actually demoting Paul Ilbrink. Another position. Our championship leader is down into...
Oh, but we have a huge accident at the hairpin. I can see a Tabak car.
It's Evan. Evan is facing the wrong way.
Somebody is going sideways down the straight.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of incidents going on there.
Yes.
And Lee Woodburn, another one of our new entrants, is he's returned himself back to the pits. What happened to him? See if we can catch up with what happened. Oh, he first shot his braking point, hit number 48, which is Stephen Grabowski. Oh, goodness me.
Ilbring in the pits. Ilbring is in the pits.
Oh, Paul Ilbrink is indeed in the pits. Now, as a reminder, it's a mandatory pit stop. So is Vessel van Volder. So he is in the pits as well. Paul Bodix and Conor Ryan side by side coming through turns 3 and 4. Very nice. Lots of them bouncing balls. Nicely done. Now it's a mandatory pit stop in the feature race. So Paul just could be choosing to get his pit stop out of the way.
I think it looks like damage.
I think he's got damage.
Quite a while.
James Clay is in as well. So
that was definitely damage. He's
gone in and so that's going to be a long day for him. Yeah, Paul Ilbrink, a long time in the pits as well. So Stephen Grabowski's made his way back. We saw that huge impact on him, but Michi Kaiser is taking full advantage of this. Alex Bennett 2, René Talbot 3, Laszlo Sova in 4th. Right behind them, Nicholas Rasmussen and James Pinsker 5th and 6th. As Paul Ilbrink is now underway, 41 seconds stationary in the pits. That's a long time compared to normal. Oh, Talbar's getting very, very close to Bennett. These two have fought many times. How crazy is that? I mean, we do expect first lap shenanigans going on, absolutely true. Or just, again, keeping an eye on Rasmussen and Pinsker having their fight for 5th position. Then behind them, we've got Tom Wallstra and Nicholas Szabo. Oh, side by side coming out of turn 2. That's close. Tom Wallstra holding on to that position. Another couple of people in the pits, Francisco Gonzalez and Thomas Lagney. There's another trouble. That's Locatello. Oh, winner from last week. Oh, he's bounced off of one of the Tepper cars. Very heavily off of one of the Tepper cars. I couldn't quite see who that was that he bounced off of, but he's had it. Yeah, he's gonna try and limp it back to the pits. That's brave.
That was Alex Smith that he hit.
Oh,
and Smith is quite lucky that his suspension is holding, because we have seen suspensions gone haywire after just a small amount of contact. But just, Wallstra is actually, of our, top guys last time, the guy who's really, who's the highest. Well, Bennett had a great race as well, but, in the
Rainer Talbot and Alex Bennett side by side into the final turn. Rainer's had to bow out of it. He's gone over the last chicane, and that's Laszlo Sober up into 3rd position. And that's going to cause a huge slowdown for Alex Bennett.
As Pinsker is trying to see if he can overtake Rasmussen into turn 1, no, he's thinking better of that one.
He did indeed. On board with James Pinsker in 6th position for Team Tepper. Now that's rather broken up the top. Pack have been together since the start of the race. Michi Kaiser now has a second near enough to himself and Rainer Talbot. We know how quick Rainer is. That's the Sober proving that his practice pace was no fluke. He is absolutely going for it. Brilliant stuff, Alex Bennett.
He is under pressure again. He was like, I might be able to just get a couple of laps in, free air, and then nope. Rasmussen is right there as well.
Your fellow countryman is on the tail of the Conrad Gaming number 11. As behind them is Wallstra, Szabo and Conor Ryan in a 3-way battle for 7th position. Lots of battles going on up and down the field. The amount of people's in the pits. So Locatello Gonzalez has been in the pits. So he made it back to the pits after early problems. James Clay, Ron Walder, Daniel Morris we've lost, Lee Woodburn we've lost, and Grabowski has been in the pits for a long time. Locatello did return to the pits. He didn't drive all the way back to the pits, so it's unlikely to see Massimo Locatello again. What a great shame for him. Pinsker could be lining up a move on Nicholas Rasmussen. He's just not getting close enough. That's something.
Yeah, the problem Pinsker is having at the moment is that Rasmussen gets the slipstream from Bennett. So every time he's, trying to see I might be close enough, he needs to get closer. And on this track, you can get closer to the guy in front, but you really have to put it all on the line, otherwise it can get really ugly really fast. As we have seen, because when you make a mistake, this track fights back, and fights back hard.
It does indeed. Apologies for the coughing. It's not corona, it's just a cough. So Rainer Talbot is closing in on Michi Kaiser. Did last lap around. He's giving himself a little bit of breathing space between himself and Laszlo Sober. In 2nd position, he was about 4-ish tenths, about 3.5 tenths quicker than Michi Kaiser last time about. Now should be free, and look how defensive Kaiser's gone, immediately committing to that inside line, but now returns to the racing line. Two of our long pit stayers, which is James Clay and Stephen Grabowski, have actually returned to the track along with Lee Woodburn as well. I think Lee Woodburn is returning to the track. There he is at the top of the shelf now. So fair play for them for continuing.
Oh, definitely. But he's coming out at the worst possible time.
And there he is. He's had to stop. So the top guys go. That's just unlucky. But he's absolutely doing the right thing. He does not want to be involved in the fight going on. But look at this now. Another 4 tenths of a second, near enough. No, indeed it was 4 tenths of a second that Talbot gained on Kaiser. Now 1.7 seconds back to Laszlo Sober. Again with Rainer Talbot, that's what he's contending with. Little cautious coming out of turn 7.
He's a man on a mission.
Isn't it?
As we have seen Rasmussen gone past, lost the position to Pinska. Ooh, Talbot was close to losing it there.
Yeah, they risk going over that white sausage curb. It will literally pitch the cars into the wall. Actually, most of our people that have been through the pits have come back out. The only people that have not are Van Walder and Locatello, the only ones not to come back out on track. So again, fair play to them. What I think is amazing is we do have on our background tools, we have a marker that tells us how long these guys have been on their tyres for. And apparently Van Walder has been on his tyres for -1 lap. That's impressive.
That is really impressive. I have no idea how to do that. It's I
he
think
definitely didn't go backwards. That much we do.
Yeah, well, he could have. We don't know.
I wonder whether Sova's got damage because he was right there in that top pack. His car looks okay, but he seems to be quite a bit off. He's 1.5 seconds slower than Kaiser last time about.
He looked to maybe have, gotten some. It's so easy to get some of these chicanes wrong, and when you get them wrong, you're just losing a lot of time down straight as well. Because when you get out of the corner, it's so important to really have that speed and acceleration. So if you go, let's say 2 kilometers.
Talva's gone. Talva has dropped it coming into turn 8.
Goodness.
Let's have a look at that again.
And let's see if we can
come back a little bit further than that. So as he's almost completely on his own.
He had to really
he hit the grass.
push.
He hit the grass on the way in. That's why he span. He's now down to 9th. That's how costly that mistake was. Challenging for the lead is now behind Conor Ryan. And look at the amount of cars he has ahead of him that are in fairly short succession. So if he gets back in that rhythm, he could really start to cut his way through the field. But it's difficult to do because this track is so fast. And they're on the speed. They're on the gas for so long. Now, we look at that. That's the lead that newcomer Michi Kaiser has to himself in car number 24. But wow, did he chuck that one into turn 1? Well, I mean, he's got to try and do what he can up front to maintain the lead, but don't overdo it, sir.
Oh, definitely not. I will say, now you're saying that Michi Kaiser is, really on with the lap times. If you look down the lap times, the only guy who was actually close to his lap time last time was Elbring. So he's in really quite a pace at the moment, and he was actually faster than Elbring. So
he was. Paul Elbring is absolutely flying. Rafael Bernardi has come in. So that's not. No, I thought you'd already been in, but no, he hasn't. So that's his serving his mandatory pit stop. Fair enough. Now Paul's done this before, where he's served his pit stop really, really early. What's just happened to Tom Wallstrom? He's just lost a spot. What have you done?
Oh, and he's losing another position into the. He's losing quite a few.
We didn't see. Let's go back a little bit on the replay. What's he done here?
Has he gotten a?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's very slow. Let's go back a little further. Has he had an incident? His car is not wanting to stay straight. He's hit something. We haven't seen what.
Yeah, he's not going. Yeah, that's
in the bits. Oh, that's a shame for Tom Wallstra. Great Dane. It's a great shame for him.
Wallstra, he's from Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Dutch was what I meant to say, not
Dutch.
Dane.
Yeah, Dutch. Yeah.
Here's our creeper, Mr. Zelenov.
Well, as I was just looking at Laszlo, and I think he hit the wall. Just slight taps, and these cars, they're so fragile. You can't abuse the walls.
You can't leave on the walls. These things aren't GTEs.
Exactly, and even
trouble for Fer Rodriguez. Sorry, Nick. We'll cut you off there. Oh, there he goes. It looks like he's dropped it on the exit of 10th. I think. See what he's done here.
Does he keep it out of the wall?
There he goes. Fine. Yeah, a little bit too. Oh, just kept that one out of the wall. So yeah, Fair Rodriguez lost a fair chunk of time there. Oh, Rainer Talvart's on the back of Nicholas Szabo for 6th position. Rainer trying to recover from his spin.
Yeah, he's overtaking kind of Ryan quite a couple of laps ago.
He was only a tenth slower than Michi Kaiser as well. Right to the inside line goes Szabo. He's letting Talbot go. He's not interested in that particular battle. Fair enough. He's let the Team Tepper number 21 go. Rainer Talbot. Anyone that knows how bad that curb is, everyone clenched watching him do that. Oh, new underpants please, aisle 5. That's,
definitely.
That's can't blame him for not pushing. Wow. But that was a 129. That was one of the few people to actually get into the 29s. Actually, Laszlo Sova last time around got 29.922. The fastest lap of the race, I think, actually belongs to Talbot.
Talbot, it does. It is 29.6, so he's gone even faster than what he did before. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Good lap.
Yeah.
Paul Ilbrink, keep an eye on him. I'll change the reader. Oh, Tom Walstra has returned back to the pits. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I wonder, is he another problem then? Because he was in the pits already.
No, the guy.
Yeah. He's decided to pull over. He's now in some kind of technical trouble.
No, I think if the suspension is bent, that's something that they can't fix. I was told by some of the iRacing staffs, because we were asking them, about why can't they fix it. They're like, picture just a normal guy in a shop, or in the house. What can he fix? He has just a normal toolbox.
Yeah.
So really the basic. So if the steering arms are bent or anything like that, you're just going sideways when you want to go straight. And on this particular track, you don't want to do that, because every little input that you're giving is so important. Otherwise, you will hit the wall.
Massimo Locatelli has returned to the track after being in the pits for 11 minutes. Fair play to you. 7 laps down, but again, you never know what will happen. Paul Ilbrink is his personal best, 130.0 last time around. He is chasing. Well, his next victim will be Thomas Lagney, who has also been in the pits. Oh, it's got chicane a little bit crossed up, but is continuing nonetheless. Coming in, chat, the tyres are hard to get temperature into them. That's a fair point. So there's comparatively less cornering and braking going on. But some of the corners aren't quite high speed, but then there's a big straight between them to let the tyres cool down again.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you get to these heavy braking zones, the tyres are just cold, which can be quite a issue. Then you don't really have any grip at all.
One thing you need is confidence in the car, and if you haven't got that, especially in a car that's already difficult to drive, good luck to you. Conor Ryan is keeping Nicholas Szabo coming in for now 7th position. As Talbot, as you can see, is now 1.6 seconds ahead of Nicholas. There he is. He's constantly in the 129s. Is Talbot, so he is doing what he can to erode into that 10-second gap between himself and leader Michi Kaiser, who still maintains about 3.5 seconds between himself and Sova. That has been fairly consistent.
Yeah, I think with the speed that he's having at the moment, Penske should be looking to be a bit afraid. I think Penske, he could potentially fight as well.
Paul Ilbrink, make up your mind. He jumped out. Well, I don't know whether he had a bit of a snap oversteer moment on the exit of the final chicane, or whether he decided to just pick up that little bit more of a toe to get past Thomas Lagney. He has managed to depose the Team Tepper at number 17 he's now up to 19th position. He's a minute behind the leaders, but we're expecting around about 48 seconds as a pit stop time last year. So he'll gain a lot of that back grip. It's not been a great day in the office so far, generally speaking, for Paul Ullrich.
Oh, definitely not. He is, out of this race for any points. Really, I think he just hopes that maybe somebody's crashing. Otherwise, he's just scrapping for what he can. But just try and see, what you said
trouble,
before.
Philip Schiff. Again, sorry, Nick. I'm cutting off so many times. I'm such a terrible person. Oh, wow. Way too hot into turn one. Maybe he's getting out of the way of the creeper before it explodes. It's Philip Schiff there. I love that livery. It's such a good livery too. Manages to recover just before Alex Schmidt comes past him.
Yeah.
That was a huge moment for the number 76 car. Away again. Pinsker, I'm keeping an eye on the gap between Pinsker and Bennett, and that gap has been came down a little bit in the last lap. It's around about 7 tenths. So I think it is slowly coming down. Then we back when we saw Nicholas Rasmussen, who is being caught about 3 tenths last lap by, you guessed it, there he is, Team Tepper's Rainer Talbot.
He is
Quite a few battles to keep an eye on. There's Conor Zabo. He's got another couple of tenths on him last time around. Really in the slipstream. It's going to be, unless that's the biggest dive bomb I've ever seen. No, he knows better than that. It's a set up for turn one. On camera, there we go. No, he's not going to be close enough.
No.
To make a move, is he? He gained 3 tenths last time around, so he's certainly got the pace over Nicholas Zabo, but that is no doubt going to be helped by the fact that he's getting the slipstream to help him keep pace. So we'll see. That's a lagging Nicholas Zabo as well. We'll see how well Conor can deal with that. But again, actually, Alex Bennett responding to the pressure from James Pinsker. He was 10th quicker last time, so Alex doing what he can to keep James behind him.
Oh, definitely, and he needs to get a great result out of this race, because all of his championship contenders are out of the way. So Bennett's dark horse, and this is definitely a race that he could put himself even in the lead.
Has he won a F3 race?
I actually don't know. He has
won
won
twice. Didn't he win twice last season? Or am I thinking GTE?
I can't remember.
No, I can't remember.
He definitely got pole. I don't remember if he won a race, but this season he has gotten a podium in 3 out of the 4 rounds.
Rainer Talbot has mugged Nicholas Rasmussen. Did Rasmussen let him go? Holy moly, you left that late, Mr. Talbot. See that again from on board. Actually, it looked much worse than... I just committed to it. It looked much worse from the off-board shot. But Rasmussen knew that one was done.
I think Rasmussen just backed out a bit and was like, just take this one. I'll just tuck in behind and go for it.
And as Waldo comes into the pits to serve his mandatory stop. So he's making a real big concerted effort to... Well, he doesn't have to make a concerted effort to keep himself away from Van Walder, as Walder is out.
Oh, what a shame. That's, we can't yell at them.
Oh, no, we can find any reason we like to yell at Walder. He's
that's true.
An AOR mainstay that's been with us for a very long time. Fer Rodriguez is in trouble again. Oh, no, what's happened here? Turn 2. And again... Oh, that was close. He's then had to be he's still recovering. He's got to be very careful because he doesn't want to hit the wall, but he doesn't want to hit anybody else.
He just hit the wall just a little bit.
Oh, no. Gonzalez. What's happened to him? Oh, Function Gonzalez is out. What's happened? That's another one of the ART cars.
Oh, that looks...
Oh, yeah, round he goes. And that's a definite out of the equation. Francisco Gonzalez is out, 3 wheels on the wagon, and ain't going to go very far.
Exactly, and as I talked about, last week, if once a part of your car is doing a different lap time than the other, you know, it's not a good thing. As we have Shift and Big Man both in the pits, serving their mandatory pit stop.
Pinsker's getting close to Bennett.
Oof.
Very close. That's 3.5 between the two now.
These two can't battle too much, you know, because there's Talva who will be wanting that podium and has the speed to do it.
Oh yeah, yes, there he is, Rain Talva. In tow.
Although on the last lap they were actually a tenth faster than Talva. Might not be as easy to get up there as he might have thought.
And then Rain comes through the pits as well. So looks like at this stage of the game it's about 35-ish seconds for that seems to be their pit lane loss. He's just come out ahead of, well, that's Paul Hilbrink.
As Bennett box.
From third position, then Alex Bennett for Conrad. Deciding now is the time to bring that one in, which I'm sure James Pinsker is quite happy about.
Yeah, because then he can just focus on getting the lap times and try to stay away from Talva, who has just been 3 tenths faster on the last lap. As we have
Zelenev
yeah.
Zelenev and Dave, Alexei Zelenev and Dave Martin bring their cars in. New sign of the top guys coming in at the moment, but to change of course. But Grabowski, oh my goodness, Stephen Bruzzo, I think he's going to ban me from looking at him because I catch his name when his speed goes into negative figures. What has he done? He's got a problem. Yeah, he's got a technical problem. He was slow going into that chicane and then didn't seem like he had any brakes. So Grabowski, I think, has got some kind of technical issue. Whoa, Paul Hilbrink dives on the inside of Evan Hilbrink.
Nah, that was meant quite a fun. No, he didn't. But Evan didn't really fight that one.
It was an exhaust bang, I heard.
Yeah, I think so. Hilbrink were side by side quite at the beginning of that straight. But just, you know, look at the gap. 1 minute and 11 seconds. Ooh, somebody's...
No, that was just... Alex Bennett has just driven past Alex Schmidt. Pinsker and Talva in through the pits as well. So we'll shuffle up the order somewhat. She is still not going on. The instant limit is really not being bothered at all. Massimo Locatello, I think, is the one with the highest amount of incidents.
Oh, as Bennett went straight on the chicane with the fight with Smith.
Oh dear.
He can't really do that.
Oh wow, yeah, Alex Bennett, the tail's got a little bit lively on it. That's going to be a slowdown. Yep, he's now... who's that coming out of the pits? It's Rainer Talbot. No, it's not Rainer Talbot.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, it's Pinsker just coming out of the pits right next to Alex Smith. I mean, it's not really going to serve them to fight that hard. Alex Smith hasn't been through the pits yet.
But Talbot was almost overtaking Bennett. I thought that was what you were talking about.
No, it was James coming out of the pits. But yeah, Talbot's right there. And that's not what Alex Bennett wants.
No, definitely. He's gone from, defending from Pinsker to now defending from Talbot.
I tell you what, looking at the pit lane loss to the lead to Michi Kaiser, that's going to be close. And Michi's still not in. He doesn't know to serve the pit stop, does he? Well, I guess we'll find out.
I think so. I think so. But he's really stable with his time, so there's
and they are really good times. 1:13.1 last time around, 29.9, as you can see on the overlay. His best so far. So he's really shown some very good and consistent pace. This is a great scrap here. At the bottom of the shot is James Pinsker, then Alex Smith, then Alex Bennett, and then Rainer Talbot. So 3 Team Tepper cars and a Conrad, the odd one out. Rainer Talbot coming to the outside line, coming to that final chicane. This could go horribly wrong. Well driven. Oh, Talbot has to bounce over the sausage car there. Alex doing exactly what he's entitled to do, as we have a bunch of people that have come in at the same time. So you've got Conor Ryan, Nicholas Sabo, Bo Dixon have come in. So that could have gone horribly wrong, but that was well driven from Talva and Bennett.
Oh, definitely. But, Talva, he should maybe have gone, off that fight a bit earlier. Oh, as he looked like he almost hit the wall there.
With Talbot.
Yeah, we'll just have a look.
Help his cause.
No, definitely.
Where is Ilbrink compared to Bennett? Now Bennett has picked.
Oh, no.
Ilbrink is in 17th. If we're having trouble early on, he was in the pits for 41 seconds. The average seems to be about 7. So big trouble for Paul Ilbrink. Bennett is now in 6th. In this big pack hit, and Sova from 2nd is in.
I know that Elbring is fast, but you know, that's not really not that fast.
Yeah, to gain a minute's worth of time in the remaining 11 minutes. Yeah, I think I might be stretching the.
And he's losing time as well. You know, the time is just going up and up and up. He's just losing time to Kaiser,
which is a great testament to how quick Michi Kaiser is.
Yeah. Well, we don't know the state that Elbring's car is in as well. You know, it doesn't just because it had.
Oh, Alex. So I saw the top order shuffle. That's because Alex Schmidt has come in. So now it's a straight run. Talvar to Bennett. Bennett to Pinsker. So we got Pinsker to Sova, who's come out in 2nd. But Nicholas Rasmussen and Michi Kaiser have yet to pit. So still some order shuffling to do. And we've got 10.5 minutes remaining of this race. Round about 7.5 laps left. Oh wow, what a race we've had so far. Any wonder you were looking forward to this one?
This is such a classic and fantastic track. Just because of, you know, the speed, you can overtake, you can go close, and you know, when you make a mistake, you really make a mistake.
You lose a wheel. And leader is in. Michi Kaiser has brought his car in, so he did know to pit.
Yeah, that was nice.
Rasmussen going to do the same?
But this is also a track where, as you know, alluded to before, you know, the incident limit hasn't really been touched.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because if you make a mistake, that will, you know, put you off
the
track.
wall, yeah.
You will hit the wall. So, you know, that's probably why we won't really see any huge. As Talvar is getting really close to Bennett here down the straight. Oh, he's weaving a bit.
Wow, wait. I think he went to commit to the line and then saw that Bennett was.
Oh, he just hit that curve. That was not nice.
That was quite a big hit.
He needs to just, you know, put the speed down a bit in the chicane and try and see if he can get him into turn 1 instead.
That's interesting. Michi Kaiser are now meeting up Michi Kaiser and Laszlo Sova. Try that again. Michi Kaiser has lost a good 2 seconds. Laszlo Sova. So Laszlo's either had the outlap of the gods, or Kaiser had a pretty bad. No, I don't think he had a pretty bad inlap. The times look.
No, I think well, if you look at it, he's lost a second just in the pit lane.
In the pit lane alone.
Yeah, so I think just getting into the pits, I think Laszlo might have been a bit more aggressive getting into the pits.
Could be. I mean, Laszlo's pit lane loss was about the same as everyone else. It was Kaiser's that was slow, but that mixed with a good outlap has put Laszlo Sova right in there, ready to go. Paul Ilbrink is on the back of Alexander Waldo. I'll say battle, but again, I think Waldo knows realistically he's going to struggle to keep Mr. Ilbrink behind him. No disrespect to oh, trouble for Bo Dixon. What has happened here? Oh, and there he goes. The tail just didn't want to know. Oh, and that is Bo Dixon out.
Who did he hit?
It was Alexei. It was I'm pretty sure that was, where is he? Zelenev. But we've been caught up with this before. Yeah, he's
yeah.
That car doesn't quite look straight. So it was Zelenev that he hit. And he's carrying on though.
Because on my screen, I don't know if it happened on yours. Zelenev lost both his rear wheels. I was like, what is going on?
Both of his rear wheels, impressive.
Yeah. So I was like, but he was just going.
So he really did detonate then. Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Couldn't as with Rasmussen out of the pits into P6. So he's lost a bit of time to the guys in front.
Look at this battle of third. Pinsker, Bennett and Talvar all very close together. Talvar the fastest of the bunch. Talvar getting the fastest lap. of the race last time around with a 29.570.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, we've only got, I think it's about 6 drivers that have gone into, or if that have done a 129. Only 5 drivers, and they happen to be the top 5, have gotten into the 29s. So, again, that's just showing that it's not just luck that have got those drivers up there. But is Alex Bennett getting into the slipstreams? Sorry, Rainer Talbot on the back of Alex Bennett. It's going to be too far back this time. He's running out of time to gain any further positions. And they are somewhere behind the leader, about 8 seconds or so behind the leader. It is once again Rishi Kaiser, who now getting into his rhythm has started to open up that gap between himself and Laszlo Sova again, as it's now 1.3 seconds between first and second.
But on that last lap, he actually lost about a tenth. So yeah, I say that. So it could still heat up, and if Laszlo can get into within that 7/10, 8/10 of a second, he gets the slipstream, and after that it's just anybody's business. That could go either way. As Talbot is.
Talbot, yeah, watching him size up.
He's so racy today, as King is just coughing a bit. Oh, yes, that is close.
As I'm dislodging my nuts, I honestly thought he was going to try and throw that one on the inside of 8, but he knows better than that. He's going to ying that one on the inside of the hairpin. There he goes, committing to the line. No, can Bennett hold on to it? Oh, that's
no, I think so. But then Bennett can get in behind and get the slipstream. No, they're still side by side.
Still side by side. Yes, they are. Let's get above them.
Oh, and look at Talbot going in behind. No, Pinsker didn't want to help his teammate here.
No, Pinsker's not interested in this whatsoever. He's gone. But, of course... Oh, Alex is trying to outbrake Talbot coming into this final chicane. Talbot bounces off that. They're brilliantly driven, and Talbot has managed to wrestle that 4th position from Alex Bennett.
How did you get side by side into that chicane? That is not something that you do. Supreme drive by both drivers.
That could have gone horribly wrong. That was brilliantly driven by both. Wow! And suddenly, Laszlo Sova has come alive again. Another 29 on the board. He's only 4,000ths off his personal best.
And he's within that 7/10 of a second now.
He is, and that ahead of them is Fer Rodriguez. The Spaniard is not wanting you to get in the way. He's 23 seconds behind Rafael Benassi in 19th position, so he will no doubt mind his own business. But this is a great opportunity for Sova. He's only got about 3 laps-ish to do something about it. 4 minutes remaining on the clock before the checker flag will fall. And that's going to give... It all depends how quickly Rodriguez gets out of the way, and there he goes. So Kaiser would have not got any slipstream. But Kaiser's had a great exit from that final turn. Sova is going to get some slipstream off of Rodriguez. That could be close. That battle is not concluded yet. Driven.
Oh, he hit the wall. He hit the wall.
Sova did.
Yeah.
So he was certainly close. Let's see that from the top. Oh, he did! He hit it pretty hard as well. Oh, I thought that was actually the rumble strip we could hear, but no, that was him bouncing off the wall. Could well bring an end to that particular charge then. It depends if he's done any damage. It's difficult to see from the off-board shot. 3 minutes until the checker flag falls. At the moment, it's going to go the first top 2 spots on the podium are going to go to the 2 newcomers.
Yeah, it's always good. Oh, Kaiser.
What's happened to Kaiser?
Disappeared.
Oh,
no,
he's
back.
there. Kaiser had a big lag moment there. Yeah, I saw that.
Goodness. I was like, what is going on?
As Alex Bennett is still on the back of Rainer Talbot, about 7/10 separate the two. As James Pinsker is there or thereabouts. He's holding on to that 3rd spot. Talbot is closing in on him. Will there be a Team Tepper intra-battle before the race is done? And in fact, Sova is not losing any real time to Kaiser, so he might have gotten away without any damage at all. And there's Kaiser lagging again. So,
that's not good,
No, it certainly isn't. It's an unusual way of preventing slipstream to Sova.
Yeah, definitely. But iRacing is like a little girl. Sometimes it gets. You have kind of a bad ping, just throw you out.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like sometimes a wife. You get the sofa.
Not going there on stream.
As we have Ilbring and Beckman fighting quite hard for that P14. Yeah, that was not a sentence I thought I should say. Ilbring is fighting for P14.
Yeah. Whenever would you imagine that to happen? That's where he is. But Kaiser is just about maintaining a gap between himself and Sober that means he doesn't get slipstream. Talvar and Pinska are getting very close together. Bennett's made a mistake somewhere. He's now 3 seconds behind these two.
I think Bennett might have just said I conceded. I'm just gonna get those positions and those points.
Fair enough. I mean, this car's hard enough as it is, so you wouldn't blame him for that. But I don't think James is going to be as well. We'll see. They're both of the same Team Tepper squad as well. It's not a subdivision of the team. That's the view from Pinska.
But as we have seen before, when Team Tepper goes to fight, they fight.
Oh yeah, they don't mess about.
And this is a podium position. Pinska's just not gonna move aside. Ooh, that was close.
Talbot right in striking distance. James goes to the defensive line, coming towards turn one. Bouncing off the rev limiter as they come into turn one. Wow, James threw it in and hoped that it stuck, which of course it did. But he's going to have a hard time keeping Talbot behind him. Sober is getting back within slipstream range of Kaiser. Spike has half a second between them. Oh, battle for the lead, battle for third. Oh, lovely. Give us commentators something to do because we clearly didn't have enough to do as it was.
Oh my goodness, boys. Just, take it down, maybe
Kaiser,
to 11 or 12.
Has Michi Kaiser hit something? Because I reckon he's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's lost a lot of pace.
Oh, on the last lap. Oh my goodness, guys.
Oh, not from that far back from Laszlo Sova. Oh my goodness, that's a bit desperate. His only chance now, if he hasn't cost himself too much momentum, is into the chicane. Talbot is very close at the same point of the track. Who is going to win? Kaiser defends like crazy. Nails it up to the inside line, side by side as we come into the final chicane. Laszlo nudges ahead, but he's gone off the road. He's going to bounce over the chicane, over the sausage curb. Your winner for the feature race in Canada is Michi Kaiser for Alcantech Simulation. Laszlo Sober gave it everything he had, but could not overcome Kaiser. And side by side for the Tepper pair, and it was James Pinska by 32 thousandths of a second. Wow, that was so close between James Pinska and Reino Talbot. 32 thousandths of a second separating the Tepper pair. Then Alex Bennett comes in 5th position. There's Rasmussen 6th, Zabo in 7th, Connor Ryan has crossed the line 8th. There is Alex Jonsson in 9th. There is our creeper in 10th place, Alexei Zelenov. Dave Martin 11 and Philip Ship in 12th. That is, I think that's a back marker ahead of him. That's going to be James Clay, who spent a good 4 minutes in the pit, so he was a long way down from the running order. Alex Smith 13th, Paul Hilbrink 14th position. When was the last time we saw Paul Hilbrink anywhere other than at the top of the field?
Yeah, I still can't really believe it. But,
it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. And, we have one more race tonight on this beautiful amazing track.
Oh, yeah, we do. So let's have a confirmation of the results before any cards of Stewart's intervention. Two of our newcomers take the top 2 spots of Kaiser and Sova. Then it is Pinska, Talvar, Bennett, Rasmussen, Zabo, Ryan, Jonsson, Zelenov, Martin, Schiff, Schmidt, Ilbrink, Beckman, Waldo, Imre, Lagny, Benati, Rodriguez, Clay, Morris, Grabowski, Locatello. Those that didn't see that. Well, these are some of the ones that didn't see the flag. Were Dixon, Gonzalez, Wallstra, Woodburn, and Volda. Wow. What a race. That absolutely
What a race.
flew by.
Oh, it definitely did. And we did. I don't know if you saw it, but Laszlo actually had contact with the two leaders. So he was actually close to losing out to the Tebra as well.
Wow. So
Yeah.
lucky for him that the finish line was where it was. So then, now is going to be a break as we get the server set up for our sprint race. We will be back as soon as we can bring that to you. So don't go anywhere, because I think it's going to be another absolute cracker. We'll be back as soon as we can. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Apex Online Racing iRacing F3 League. We have our 29 drivers back with us for the sprint race here at Canada. Hopefully, still in the box with me is Mr. Domino. Are you with me?
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't miss this for anything in the world. I mean, this is amazing.
And you're a bit of a fan.
I am really a bit of a fan of this track. It's just...
We might have mentioned that already.
Yeah, I really love it, and it provides great racing as we've just seen. But I think, the story of this particular race and qualifying needs to be redemption. Because we have what?
For Mr. Ilbrink, you meaning?
For Ilbrink and Locatello and
Locatello,
Wolstra, Yeah, the guys have been really fighting up there the last couple of races. They have all had bad race, and the only of the top real guys in there was Bennett, who got P5. So yeah,
we will see how it goes then. So for those unfamiliar with the format, they have 5 minutes, of which we are over a minute into, to set one hot lap. That is it. It is one out lap and one hot lap, and that is all they get to sort the grid for the sprint race. Ooh, this is going to be intense. Because we had a really laid back first run, with the feature racing. It was fairly quiet. Where's Michi Kaiser? There he is. Let's ride on board with our feature race winner.
As it comes into turn 4 and 5, this chicane is really important. It goes downwards, which is really not, you lose the grip. Turn 5 in these cars, it's really itchy. Turn 6 and 7, accelerating out of here is so crucial, and it's so difficult because the car just really want to make wheel spin, but you just need it to be there because you gain so much time down here. Into the next chicane, you can hit the first chicane okay, the next curve quite well, going down into turn 10 into the hairpin. This one is so important to get completely right, braking really, really hard. As he's getting there, so easy to get understeer because you really want to be accelerating, but at the same time, if you go too fast, you're just getting out and into the wall, which it's not going to give you any time by hitting the walls in this particular track. And he's getting into the crucial last chicane, turn 40. Yeah. Oh, what a little bit there. Might have lost him just half a tenth. Let's see what his lap time will be. It's 29.5.
29.5
on cold tires.
Wow, Michi Kaiser.
As we have
Locatello. Wow, look at that. So Michi Kaiser getting the top of the tree. Massimo Locatello, new to this season, but was with a
Wolstra.
Wolstra in third. Yes, indeed. And there's someone's wheels, although weirdly we shouldn't be seeing someone else's.
Elgato is just coming over the pit lane or start finish straight. Let's see what he gets into the
30.0. 7th. That's further down than he was in the feature race. Goodness me. Who's still out there? Grabowski.
Solver. Laszlo, you want to see if he can get that pole and that win, because he was so close to get that in the first feature race. 29.7.
That's fifth.
Oh my!
Wow, goodness me. Daniel Morris is still going. Where is he? That's the stuff in the straight. So, he's nearly onto there. Oh wow! Oh, I thought he was going to hit the wall. Then he really threw that quite hard into that final chicane. Once again, 30.5, which is a decent time, but it does put him in 13th overall. And the boomer himself, Mr. Zelenev, he's actually just using up the time as practice. So 30.0 was his set time. Ooh, nice bit of a tail kicking out there. 2. And qualifying is literally a few seconds away from ending. As soon as it does, we'll go through the qualifying order. A lot of people did not get a time on the board. So then, let's have a look at the grid. It is Kaiser again on the front, but this time it's Locatello that joins in. Then it is Wallstra, Bennett, Sova. I've got some gaps in my overlay. I don't know who that is in 6th. That's Rasmussen.
That's Rasmussen.
Pinsker, Ilbrink, Zelenev, Zabo, Talvar. That's going to be Martin, Dave Martin. Morris, Johnson, Imre, Beckman, Gonzalez, Waldo, Dixon, Woodburn, Ryan, James Clay didn't set a time. Ooh, that's going to be painful for him. And Alex Smith as well. Oh, that's going to be very painful for them to work their way through in the sprint race. Yeah. Rodriguez, Lagney, Bernardi, Thomas Lagney as well, Philip Schiff, Van Walder, and Grabowski. Wow, there's some big names at the back. I'm just going to reload my interface, otherwise we'll have those gaps there constantly. So do bear with me one moment. Please move to yourselves for a few seconds whilst this technical difficulty is then overcome. As we're in the gridding phase at the moment, there is literally nothing to see, as everybody is making whatever last minute adjustments they feel they can make. Wow.
Oh, yeah. They do have 2 separate setups for the qualifying and the race. So what you do for the qualifying is you maybe stiffen up the car a bit more, lower the downforce just a little bit, which you can drive around for maybe 1 or 2 laps, but after that you will just hit a wall. But that's fine in qualifying.
We've seen enough people hit the wall.
That. Yeah, we have, and well, actually not nearly as many as I thought we would. People were battling quite hard, and still we didn't have that many in the Wall of Champions.
That is true, but here we go then. Lights are on, engine revs are rising for the sprint race. It is time to wind them up and let them go. A decent start again from Kaiser, but Locatello side by side coming into turn 1, but Locatello bows out of that one quite wisely. He's gone for the longer. He's thinking of the longer game. Here we go, side by side. There is Bennett up into 2nd position. Oh,
yeah. A huge accident at the back of the field. That was
Clay's involved in that. Waldo. Oh, that was Waldo spun around. Oh my goodness. Yep, there's been another incident.
Oh no. Who's that?
Sovia. That's Laszlo Sova. He's dropped it. Oh, it was a big spin for him. He doesn't seem to have collected anyone. But oh my goodness. Fer Rodriguez and Alexander Waldo are out as a result of Waldo being sideburst. Lee Woodburn again. Oh no, the newcomer. And Bo Dixon's in trouble. Oh no, Bo Dixon. There's the spin. It was on his own. Oh my goodness. Alex Smith as well. Oh my goodness. A big 4-way battle, 5-way battle going on here. And Alex Smith has. He got tapped. Thrown into the wall. 3 wheels on his wagon.
Wallstra is losing it from P4 as we have Kaiser and Locatello and Bennett really close down the back straight, and Wallstra just lost it by himself.
Oh no, it's so easy to do. My goodness me! So we've lost we've lost Waldo, Dixon, Woodburn, Schmidt, and Rodriguez already from this race. Kaiser leads, Locatello leads, Bennett leads Rasmussen, and Paul Ilbrink is in. It will say he's in 10th because somebody will jump back to the pits when they recover. There we go. Into 5th position. Paul Ilbrink, much more where we're used to seeing him. Talvar is in 10th position. There was another impact there. Was it Pinsker? It was indeed.
Talvar is T-boning him. That's his.
That was James turned into the line when he thought it was open. Bounces off of Zelenev and then gets smashed into the side. There's another one gone. That's James Pinsker and Rainer Talvar. James is still trying to move. No, he's out as well. So Pinsker and Talvar are out.
Oh my goodness.
We did think this would be craziness, but didn't think like this. But look at Alex Bennett on the back of Locatello. Kaiser
going 3 wide as Wallstra is trying to get with Schiff, battling with Schiff, and they're going.
That's close. Yeah, that's
guys.
As you say, yep. It's impossible for us to keep up with all of the shenanigans going on. So Wallstra is falling through the field. That's Schiff, Beckman, and Van Walder fighting for 14th position But look once again at Michi Kaiser. He's nearly a second ahead of Massimo Locatello, and then Alex Bennett nailed to the back of the Italian at the moment as we finish lap 2. Behind them, Rasmussen and Ilbrink. Oh, Paul means business. He's jumped to the outside. He wants that 4th position from Rasmussen. He's going to have the inside line for turn 1, and that is Paul Ilbrink up into 4th. Ooh, wow, that is insane. We've lost from this race. James Clay's been through the pits. As Lazar Sova has actually made it back to the pits. As I'll be amazed if he features any in any significant way in this race after that. And Locatello's just lost a spot to Bennett. Wow, Alex Bennett's absolutely yinged that one on the inside of turn 6. Nicely done. Locatello saw it coming and gave the adequate racing room, and now Bennett is fighting with all he's worth to keep Locatello behind him.
Yes, as we know, Locatello is not a slow guy, as he won last week. So this is definitely gonna be one interesting race, as he's really close. As we have Elbrink actually being up there.
Surprise!
Yeah, Elbrink actually being up there, but there. Qualifying and race he had last time, that's not a given.
No, indeed, but he's on leader's pace. He's on 30.2 as well last time around, as was Kaiser. Oh my goodness me. Wallstra and Van Walder are having a fight for 16th position on the exit of the hairpin, still side by side on that back straight, as Nicholas Szabo and Nicholas Rasmussen, 2 Nicholases, one of them from Denmark. There he is as Rasmussen. He's lost that position to Paul Ilbrink, as we saw. Locatello is keeping pace with Alex Bennett. He's going to have fun keeping Paul Ilbrink behind him with all this going on. And Michi Kaiser's like, yeah, you guys carry on, I'm off.
Yeah, definitely. And, just look at, 3 out of the top 4 from last race is, crash and burn.
We've lost 8 from this race. It started with 29. I'm surprised actually Lazar Sova is back on track so quickly. He was in the pits
I as well.
26 seconds.
As Lagney is getting a creeper close to him.
Lagney, there he is. He's just lost. There's Zelenev. Committed to the inside line, coming through. Lagney had to take to the grass. There goes Philip Schiff. Is he going to lose another one to Beckman? Yeah, there's Beckman. There's Wallstra. Is Wallstra going to get him on the inside of the hairpin? Yes, he does.
Oh, that was late braking for Wallstra. I thought he almost wanted to collect Beckman there as well. Oh my god. Guys. Relax.
They only have 17 laps to do anything about it. There's the nose cams going, the roll bar camera.
Schiff is attacking.
Ryan and Gonzalez. Oh my goodness, Francisco Gonzalez on the inside of Conor Ryan, going through the final chicane. And that's one, the Schiff. It's Philip Schiff that's spun. He nearly reversed into the path of Rafael
just
Bernardi.
Overtaking Zelenev for that position, as Ryan has just gotten ahead of Francisco Gonzalez.
Thomas Lagney and Van Walder swap round. Beckman and Zelenev swapping positions. Tom Wallstra right in there as well. That's a battle for 12th position. This is all kinds of craziness. That's what we love as commentators. We hope you at home or wherever you're watching us are enjoying it. Wallstra thinking about the inside manoeuvre on Zelenev, but that's Wallstra on Beckman, I beg your pardon. Opting not to go for that particular move. And Paul Ilbrink is staying right with Locatello. Massimo is losing time on Alex Bennett because he's trying to keep the championship leader behind him.
That's close.
Also Daniel Morris on the back of Francisco Gonzalez for 10th position. It'll be it'll be a strong result for Daniel if he can do it. And that's Gonzalez is spun in the hairpin. We were looking at Daniel Morris. I thought that's a bit of a weird line he's taking. There he goes. And well avoided then from Daniel Morris. So that's 10th position to him. And that's dropped Francisco right into this pack behind him. Zelenev, Beckman, Wallstra, Van Walder, Lagney, and Bernardi in that big train. That's Wallstra having a think about it. on the inside.
Because what this train needed was one more guy, right?
Yeah, because it hasn't got enough going on in it.
No, that was did just close. Oh, I think Walster's getting Beckman into turn one here.
There he goes. Yeah, Beckman knew that was coming, gave the room. Nicely done. That is 13th position to Tom Walstra, who I don't think is going to be too pleased with 13th place, but.
No, definitely not how his other races have gone.
You would not have backed. You wouldn't have bet on that, would you? You wouldn't have bet Paul Ilbring being outside of the top 10 in the feature race. Speaking of, he is still behind Massimo Locatello. We're now seeing the 29s on the board. Fastest lap is actually Alex Bennett, who is now clear. Well, it says clear of pressure. Actually, Locatello has gained a few tenths this lap on him. So Alex can't entirely relax from the fight going on behind him, but Massimo is mainly keeping Paul Ilbring behind him. But Paul can't really sit there and let the laps count away. That's the nature of the sprint race. They only have 12 more laps-ish. It's about 16 minutes. It's a timed event. It's not a lap count. That's why the lap amount is always a bit unclear. As Zelenev has got an inside manoeuvre on Gonzalez for 11th spot on the exit of the chicane, of the hairpin. Oh, and that's Gonzalez. Oh my goodness! What on earth was that? Oh, Walstra! 3 wide into the chicane. No, Walstra backed out of it, but what on earth was that?
And Beckman is there. Oh my god! No!
Oh no! Gonzalez is round. Oh, and has basically just pinned Beckman to the wall. Oh, that was... Right, I'm going to go back about 30 seconds on that one, because that was absolutely insane. If I can find him.
Goodness, that was meant to go wrong.
That was all kinds of wrong. If my my replay camera isn't working. No!
As Locatello has lost position to Ilbring as well.
What?
Outside of that fight.
What's Locatello done? Go back.
He's just lost the position.
It was a slipstream manoeuvre coming into turn 1 for Paul Ilbrink. Nicely done. Locatello knew that one was over and done with. If we can get a replay on Francisco Gonzalez, and that was where it ended. Let's go back to... So this is the hairpin. There is Zelenev on the inside. Oh, actually Gonzalez gets a tap from Zelenev, and that's what really sets this up. So Gonzalez was compromised on the exit of the hairpin. Here comes Tom Walstra to really make this spicy. Zelenev nails himself to the inside line. Tom Walstra tries to part the waves right in the middle, then really thinks that's not a very good idea, and then backs out of that. So Gonzalez gets through, and here comes Frederick Beckman, who's the unfortunate bystander out, and there goes Gonzalez, nails Beckman to the wall. And that is both of them out of the race. Holy moly.
That is, when we think the feature race is amazing and has, the sprint race just delivers twice that.
You would never imagine the Wall of Champions having less action than the start-finish strat.
No. That's right. But as we see, in the top, Michi is going away, and Bennett is trying to keep up with him. But then we have Ilbring, Locatello, and Rasmussen, a 3-way battle for the last podium spot. And these guys are gonna fight that one out all the way. Rasmussen has really, really been up there in all the races he has completed. It has been P4, P5, P5. So he's really consistent, just right out of the top, but he's just always there. And with so many of the top guys having a P2 and then tears and into the wall the next race, that is really what you need in this championship. You just need to get that consistent high position scoring.
Absolutely, but part of racing is keeping out of trouble. Along with having decent pace, but consistency is often far more important than raw pace. Also, something else to note, that bearing in mind Laszlo Sova, he's a minute behind the leaders, but and has been through the pits, is now up to 19th position because we've lost 10 cars from this race. The casualty now up to double digits in 8.5 laps.
yeah, you need to go on because you know it's not done before the fat lady is on.
Indeed.
Or the very enthusiastic.
Oh, that's Locatello! Massive snap of everything. He braked on the grass, but caught it really well. That's Nicholas Rasmussen through to 4th. Is this going to be Nicholas Sabo up into 5th position?
Yeah, there's nothing Locatello can do there. Sabo's just going into the hairpin first, and yeah, that's done. But can Locatello get a good exit out of the hairpin? Let's see if he can get the slipstream. He's really close down here, and you're just so close that you can really now the car would just suck up behind, and he's going for the inside. Yeah. Sabo's definitely not defending that one. Let's see if they can. Yeah, he gave.
Oh, trouble for Zelenev! Trouble for the creeper. What has happened to him? That's on the hairpin.
Oh, he just lost it.
Yeah, locked up on the way in. We've seen that a few times. Interesting, we really didn't see that happen in the feature race.
No, that's true. That's true. Well, we had that big, huge accident at the beginning of the race.
How many incidents have we seen down there with the hairpin so far?
Oh, that's true. That is true. But it's such a fine line when you're braking between the rears just locking and you're just going,
getting it perfect.
But you're just braking and you're thinking that was the greatest brake I've ever had. But I will say I tried these cars just the other day, and they do have a bit more overall grip than what we had last time we had these cars. So, but that's not to say that. Oh my goodness, Sabo and Locatello are so close.
Yeah, they are.
To be fast in, definitely not.
And also, something else you wouldn't gamble on: the person with the fastest lap in 19th.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah. That is really extraordinary. That this just.
Now, is Szabo going to attack Locatello back in exactly the same way? Let's see as we get onto that long back straight. As Zini in chat said, love how Zelenev is now the creeper. It's easier to say.
Yeah.
I know I can say the creeper correctly. I still don't know if I'm getting Alexei Zelenev's name correct.
And it's also just, when you have that skin on.
Well, it's difficult to kind of ignore it. I mean, there he is.
Yeah.
He's actually on the back of Rafael Bernardi now. So, and you've got to think that's what they can see in the mirrors. That would be very intimidating to me to see the face of the creeper and this manically grinning helmet on the top of it.
I would say the helmet is maybe even more. Because, it's smiling at you.
Yeah. I mean, how many people ride a creeper?
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. But just that he's having that helmet that is smiling. It's like having a sign on the door. These with a dog that is saying I watch here. Just having it being a rabbit instead, because you're just thinking, what is that rabbit? What can
an interesting analogy. But
yeah.
I'll give you that one. Szabo's really keeping up with Locatello as well. It was a few thousands quicker than Locatello last time around, which is no easy feat.
Oh, definitely not. But I think Locatello might have, damaged his tires just a little bit. By just, having that slide.
Ilbrink is slowly reeling in, and it's Bennett. Oh, he wins when they're that close to the Wall of Champions. But we were talking about this off air. They have to be Zelenev. That's Zelenev and Bernardi making having a bit of a dance on the exit of the hairpin, and Zelenev gets back in the slipstream of Rafael Bernardi, and he's remaining very much in his tyre tracks. But who's going to blink first? Oh, Bernardi was not interested in that, and you realistically know when a move is done. So Bernardi quite wisely backs out of that.
And that particular chicane more than others, because if you try and go side by side in there, on other chicanes and corners, you're like, well, I might just get it onto the grass a bit and I can save it. If you go, mix this corner up, you will hit the wall.
It's messy, yes.
And those curbs are so aggressive. They want to kill you. They really do. They are so huge. If you haven't tried this track, you can't even I can't even explain to you how high those curbs are. It's unbelievable.
They're pretty vicious in single seaters. Ilbrink is getting in slipstream range of Alex Bennett, so that third position is very much going to be under threat very soon. They'll bring a little bit far off the back of Bennett for the moment, but let's see what the lap times are this time around. 1:30.1 for Michi Kaiser, 30.5 for Alex, and 30.3 for Ilbrink, and trouble for Raphael Bernardi as he locked up into the hairpin. Yep, round he goes. That's another one been claimed in that same way. Oh, goodness me. Paul Ilbrink is edging ever closer to Bennett, and all the time Michi Kaiser is just dancing off into the distance. He's only 2.7 seconds ahead, but comparatively speaking, that's a world apart.
that is, that's quite a gap in this. Well, if you look at Laszlo, he's actually only 5 seconds behind Clay now, and Grabowski. So if he keeps on doing these incredibly a second a lap faster laps, he could actually see himself in 18, 17.
Grabowski is, I think he's just been passed by James Clay. It's actually quite nice to see.
Yes.
I feel a bit bad because every time I look at Stephen Grabowski, he is usually pointing backwards. So I'm going to give him a little bit of airtime when he is actually in a fight with someone. He's actually a decent driver as well. So in fairness, Alexei Zelenev is on the back of Thomas Lagney. So he's not too shy of the gas pedal at the moment. That's such a manic helmet. I know what you mean, that's grinning helmet. I mean, it's the visor, but it doesn't. If you go to that, look at that!
It's incredible.
I mean, if I was riding a creeper and it hadn't exploded, I would be looking equally as manic as someone that's having a ball. Tom Wallstrom on the outside of Daniel Morris coming into the final chicane. Oh,
don't do that, wow. Guys. Don't do that.
Wow, I think Wallstrom really had to back out of that one because Daniel Morris was hanging on with everything he had to that top 10 position, and now Ilbrink is half a second behind Alex Bennett.
And those two were faster than the leader on the last lap. Not by much, but still, everything counts.
Everything counts.
As Locatelli was actually faster than those as well. Going faster.
It was. Locatelli, now he's broken free of Nicholas Szabo. He's got a couple of seconds, or 1.8 seconds to close into Nicholas Rasmussen for fourth. Well, I mean, anything is possible.
Which is, but it's not something that you just do. Rasmussen have been really stable and doing quick and safe lap times. So he's not somebody you just catch.
Oh, Wallstrom and Morris coming into the hairpin. Morris defending as hard as he can. Tom Wallstrom trying an outside move. He's going to try and cut back underneath the treble 7. Not quite, but he's going to have the slipstream.
Play nice, boys.
Very, very close, though, so we won't get too much slipstream. There he goes. He's had to jump out already, otherwise he would just plough into the back. The AOR red. Treble 7. Oh, Daniel looks set to defend it. Is he going to try and late break? No, he was too far back. Nicely driven from Tom Wallstrom to take that 10th spot. Next up the road is Evan Imre. Decent result for him if he can hang on to that one. 3.5 minutes until the checkered flag falls, and still Ilbrink looming in the mirrors of Alex Bennett.
Kaiser has just been awarded,
Kaiser,
Stevie's best
Stevie's OCD award. He's got a perfectly round last lap, 1:30 flat to the thousandths of a second. So, Zelenev on the back of Thomas Lagney. That's been brewing for a while.
As Ilbrink is looking really close into the hairpin of Bennett. These guys. No, Ilbrink.
Well held. I just switched to the roll bar camera as the tail let go on Paul's car there.
We have seen that gone horribly wrong early in this race.
Many
that
times.
is, but as he's just getting closer and closer, he's really pushing. When have you last seen a Ilbrink push this much?
Well, it's generally been against the likes of Alex Bennett when he's been really pressured.
Yeah.
But right now is using everything he can, and Alex is doing a great job of keeping him there, as Michi Kaiser has just decided to wiggle his big toe a little bit more and getting a 29.8 on the board. Fastest lap still belongs to Laszlo Sova, who's now up to 17th. He's gone ahead of Philip Schiff. Oh my goodness, this could go wrong. Slagney and Zelenev. They had Vessel van Walder right ahead of them. I did wonder whether that was going to be a very big, horrible mess, but Van Walder managed to get to the chicane before Zelenev got there.
Elbring is so close to Bennett now. This is the last 2 laps. This is going to be one battle that's going to go either to the wire or into
the wall. Yeah, absolutely.
Wire or the wall.
Yeah, all or nothing, feast or famine. Do or die is the mantra going on between those two now. Oh, Paul so close. Surely Alex can't keep him behind. A decent exit from the hairpin for Alex Bennett. And equally so for Elbring, who's going to have a great slipstream along here. What is Alex going to do? He stays to the inside line. Paul's is going to sweep on the outside. Absolutely nothing Bennett can do. Can Alex Bennett outbrake Paul Elbring? He's gone for it. He's managed to hold it. He compromised Elbring's exit. Brilliantly driven from Alex Bennett.
What a defense. And you could just see that Bennett was like, I'm going to get this inside. He was hawking that inside line. You know, no way for Elbring to try and get it there.
Oh, it's on Walstra. Oh, my goodness me. That nearly went horribly wrong. Went to come into the outside and then switched to the inside and got on the grass.
That's a hit. I thought there was a bit of contact between Evan and Walstra out of the chicane. Let's see if they can get it into the first chicane.
It may have been a bit of netco going on, but it did look like it. But there's no damage on either car, and Evan is still right at the back of Tom Walstra for 9th position.
That's not a chicane. That's not a place where you overtake.
No, he's keeping the pressure up. Locatello and Rasmussen are very close as well. The checkered flag is out, waiting for our leader to come home. Well, what a way to make your name in this championship by getting a double win, unless he bins it, heading towards Philip Schiff. It's just, Schiff and Grabowski are having a bit of a dance going through that last chicane, but Stephen Grabowski had to bail out of that one, going over the chicane. But here is Michi Kaiser. He has been unchallenged all race long. You'll win it. A double winner here this time around. Here in Montreal is Michi Kaiser, as Zelenev and Van Walder side by side into the hairpin. Van Walder's gone very deep. He's going to lose a position to Thomas Lagney. Or possibly at least, no, he managed to get the drive out of the hairpin. But Bennett and Elbring have finished the race, so that was 2 and 3. Rasmussen 4, Locatello 5, Szabo 6th, Johnson 7, Conor Ryan in 8th position. Tom Walstra manages to hold off Evan Imre for 9th, and then Daniel Morris 11th. Zelenev is just about fending off Van Walder, coming into 12th place. Thomas Lagney 13. Rafael Bonatti is going to come home in 15th position. James Clay was through the pits very early on in 16th position, with unbelievably Laszlo Zova just not giving up to the very last.
As I said, he could get that P7. That's not a great feeling going over those curbs there, even though it's on the last lap. Schiff, that car doesn't look good.
No, that's a very sick car, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Grabowski is going to be the last man to come over the line. Oh, wow. We knew it would be a bit intense, but that has been quite a race. So Kaiser taking the double win. Alex Bennett alongside him on the podium. Then Ilbrink, Rasmussen, Locatello, Szabo, Jonsson, Ryan, Walstra, Imre, Morris, Zelenev, Van Walder, Lagney, Bonatti, Clay, Zova, Schiff, Grabowski. Those that didn't see the flag were Beckman, Gonzalez, Martin, Pinsker, Talvar, Waldo, Dixon, Woodburn, Schmidt, and Rodriguez.
What a race!
What
a race, and what a round on this
Absolutely
amazing, beautiful track.
We keep saying this with our iRacing races, don't we? What a race! It tends to be the exasperating words that exit my mouth, because it has been
and this,
absolutely phenomenal.
And going back to this Formula 3 car, we have seen just the great, good, hard, close battling, what we want to see as race fans, over the last 3 rounds of this season. It can only be, a great season ahead.
Absolutely. With what voice I have left, we are going to chat with... Well, he was championship leader. He should remain championship leader, I would imagine, but Mr. Ilbrink has made himself available. So let's have a chat with the number 10 car of Paul Ilbrink.
Hello.
Well, not quite how you would have wanted today to go, but you didn't give up. You look like you had a lot of trouble going on in the feature race. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I started to explain my teammate Connor on how to do the starts, get a proper launch, and then I completely bottled it myself and got a jump start. So,
oh no!
Got a 35, like pitted at the end of the lap one. Took like the 35-second penalty or something that it was. So damage control from there. And then the sprint race. I don't know. Qualifying wasn't great, but everybody else is really quick as well, especially some of the new guys that are here. So I had to start from P8 and work my way back up to P3, and I caught Alex a little bit too late, I guess. So that move into the final chicane, I probably should have backed out and tried to get him on the exit of it, but I hung in there and he did a good job defending the inside, and I'm happy with the podium, considering that I started 8th, so yeah, I'm happy after all.
With the newcomers then showing quite amazing pace, does this give you cause for concern for the championship moving forward, or are you confident that you can make them work for it?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna make people work for it, so I'm looking forward to some fun battles over the coming races out.
Excellent. Any questions, Nick?
Well, I'm just, unfortunately, not the race that you wanted this round. But how are you looking forward to Lime Rock Park, the next race? That's gonna be quite a tight little track, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't driven this new layout version yet, so we'll look forward to it. Should be fun, I guess. Quite hectic, so should provide you guys with plenty of action, I guess.
I don't think you guys need to do anything to do that. I think you just do that out of course. But well, best of luck moving forward, and I have no doubt we will chat to you again. Thank you very much, Paul Elbrink.
Thanks.
Who should we chat to next? We have a few
willing participants. Let's get the new race winner into the chat room.
Yes, let's have a chat with our newcomer and double race winner, Michi Kaiser.
Hello.
Hello. Well, what a way to make a statement, make your entrance into this league with a double win. Goodness me, what a cracking start, sir.
Yeah, the car felt pretty nice from the beginning on, so I was really confident in the car, and yeah, thankfully I came out with no mistakes, so the races went really good.
Now, particularly in the feature race, it looked like you were being hounded a bit by Laszlo. And then, honestly, in the sprint race, it just looked like everything that anyone threw at you, you had an answer for. Were you really pushing hard the whole time, or did you just always have a little bit in reserve to answer anyone else's challenge with?
Yeah, the feature race was really, really tough. Laszlo was in my mirror the whole time, so I hadn't really a moment to breathe. And honestly, with the win in the feature race, there was a bit. I was not so nervous, I have to say, in the sprint race, so I could attack a bit more, and it went really
good stuff. Now we have driven this track, and in the GTEs they didn't like it. How do you feel about this track?
personally, I've heard a lot of times that this track is not the all-time favorite, but for me personally, I really like it. I had a set where I could attack the curbs really hard, so I think that helps you to get a good flow on this track. So yeah, if I speak for me, this track is very, very nice, and it's been nice to me in the past.
Wonderful stuff. Well, I very much look forward to seeing how you progress through the rest of the season, if tonight's anything to go by, and I'm sure we will chat to you again. Thank you very much, Michi Kaiser.
Thank you.
Let's have a chat with, we don't often get a chance to chat with Mr. Imre, but let's grab over our Bonnie Scotsman.
Who's lap 2?
Evan Imre.
Oh, hello there.
All right, fellow, how you doing?
Oh, not bad.
Once again, Evan, we see feature race not quite going your way, but a decent scrap in the sprint race. Talk us through it from your side.
Well, it was pretty bad qualifying, but came through the field. There was a crash on lap 2 at turn 2, which is quite funny because one of the teammates slid onto the grass and hit his other teammate. So that was funny. That was a
We saw.
I snuck up the inside there, and then settled into a rhythm. And I had Daniel, one of my teammates, and Gonzalez behind me. I think they had a bit of an incident. I didn't really overtake anybody, to be fair, but I had Connor Ryan and was it Tom Walstra came through right on the last couple of laps as well. Thought I could maybe have done the under and over on him on the last chicane, but 10th place, not bad considering how big the field is now for tonight, which was pretty good to see.
Absolutely. So, Lime Rock Park is not a track I know anything about. What's your thoughts heading forward to next week?
Well, I think we've only driven there about 2 times in the past 5 years.
Excellent.
2 or 3 times. It was in the second season of Pro Mazda back in the summer of 2015, and I ended up finishing like 7th in the Team Tortoise car. And at Lime Rock, we're going to be there for the first time on the revamped version of the track, because iRacing rescanned it, so we're going to be there for the first time on that. When you come over the hill, there's a little hill where your car can be all 4 wheels off a track.
Excellent.
At one point, so you can be flying depending on how fast you're going. But I have a decent memory around the Lime Rock Park, but it's very, very sketchy going up that hill. To tell you, you can lose the rear quite easily. But it's going to be very short lap times, probably like 40-second lap times or something. There'll be lots and lots of laps. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Any questions, Nick?
Yeah, we see a lot better racing or positioning from you this time compared to last. How are you feeling the Formula 3s are treating you compared to the Formula 3.5?
Well, the Formula 3 is just a lot more. Well, it's slower, and it's, of course, you get better racing with slower cars, and now just slower cars suit me. So compared to the 3.5, it was I felt like I was on the edge all the time, the 3.5. But in F3, I feel like I'm planted to the track a lot more, and I can actually race. And I'm actually pretty well. I've got some decent pace compared to some of the others, where I was near the back in the 3.5 field. So it's always been the F3 and the Renault 2.0. They were similar-ish speeds, and I've always loved racing those cars. So that's right.
Awesome stuff. Well, good luck for the remainder of the season, and we look forward to chatting to you again. Thank you very much, Evan Imre.
Thank you very much.
Howdy there, fella. Right then, who should we have next, Nick?
Doesn't we have Alex Bennett up there? Should we hear from there?
Let's have a chat with
we have 30 seconds.
Alex Bennett.
Hello.
Hello. We get to interrupt a conversation as well. That's always something we
Love
commentators
it.
like to do.
Love it.
Well, Alex, did you have a lot of defending to do? And what a cracking defence in the sprint race against Paul. You must be happy about, if nothing else, that move alone.
Yeah, the sprint race was really good, and obviously when you've got Paul behind you, you know it's going to be difficult. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. I was pretty frustrated after the feature race, and I don't know. This has always been a really, really good track for me, and I didn't really have much pace compared to what I was hoping for today. So a little bit frustrating, but good points.
What happened in the feature race?
I don't know. I just the car felt really hooked up in practice, and then in qualifying it was good, and I got into the feature and it was basically all over the place, especially in the final chicane. It was super loose. So yeah, and then I was kind of struggling a bit, so pit early, and was hoping that I'd get, you know, somewhat waved through. That didn't happen at all. I locked up and went straight on and ended up losing a couple positions for it. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, Montreal is generally a bloodbath, and I survived both races, so I'm pretty happy.
Awesome stuff. Well, it certainly lived up to its reputation today. Moving forward, so Lime Rock Park, a very unfamiliar by and large. What are your thoughts?
I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't think anyone really is. It'll be, I don't know, I think it'll just be a massive slipstream fest for most of the race, but yeah, I guess we've got to see how that goes. I mean, the pit stops is going to be really awkward there because the track's so short that when you pit, you're probably going to be coming out back roughly where you were, or close to that. So probably something to watch out for. But yeah, I think that's just another race just to try and survive both races from.
Any questions, Nick?
Well, this track or this round could only be really good for you. How are you seeing the championship going forward with a Paul Elbring having, maybe, some crack in the armor at these couple of last two races?
I mean, if he crashes in both races for the next 4 nights, then maybe I'll start thinking about that. But right now, no. Yeah, I'm just going to keep trying to shore up P2 if I possibly can. I mean, there's a couple really quick people that have come in. Some of the new guys are, they were doing really, really well tonight, so they're ones to watch out for. And yeah, just gonna hopefully get P2.
Awesome stuff. Well, good luck with that, and I have no doubt we'll chat to you again. Thank you very much, Alex Bennett.
Cheers.
That leaves one other participant that's going to come and join us, and that is Nicholas Rasmussen.
Hello.
Hello to you. Well, quite a lot of work going on to get you towards the sharper end of the field. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, honestly, first of all, I gotta say congrats to my teammate Michi for both wins today. Absolutely amazing job. I don't know how he did it. So he's an absolute alien. For me, I really struggled out here today. Had no confidence, couldn't really hit my marks. So I found a little bit of more pace in the sprint race, but yeah, I mean, honestly, didn't have anything for Meteor or any of the other top guys today. So just happy to have a sort of finish, to be honest.
We remarked earlier that you're very much the epitome of consistency. So you're getting very good results. Not quite, knocking on the door of the podium, not quite there yet, but you're right there and very good at keeping out of trouble. Is that something you would agree that is sort of part of your way of driving, or are you just thinking I'm just going to duck whenever anyone else is in trouble?
Well, obviously, as I haven't really had the pace that I would like to have. So consistency is very, very much on my mind, because if I can't beat them on raw pace, well, then I have to beat them on consistency. So at least at the moment, yeah, that is kind of strategy, and I hope to find some more pace and learn how to actually get this car to work the way I want, and then hopefully challenge for some victories, because obviously my teammate showed it can be done today. So yeah, I just gotta follow through with that and do everything I can.
Awesome stuff. Will you be attaching a rope to your teammate's car and being dragged by him?
Yes, I will. And then I'll have a scissor attached so I can get a real good run and then make the slingshot.
Your secret is safe with us. Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Any questions, Nick?
No, again, just gotta thank my sponsors, Elgato Simulations, for everything they do, and thank you guys for broadcasting. Amazing job as always, guys, and
very kind of you.
I look forward to.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no. I just want to ask, how you're looking forward to, as we're going on Lime Rock Park, the next race. How are you looking? Are you looking forward to that? Do you think this is a track where you can maybe challenge some of the top guys?
Well, it's difficult to say. I mean, I haven't raced there on the new layout at all. I think it will suit me much better than this track here, to be quite honest. So hopefully I can, like, the aim is a podium. That's what I want to get, and then work from there. I do think I hope to have more pace there than I had at this track here. So we'll have to wait and see.
Awesome stuff. Well, good luck on the season moving forward, and I do hope we get to chat to you again. Thank you very much. I'll try again. Thank you very much, Nicholas Rasmussen.
Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
Indeed, you shall. And that is going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to have you on board. Thank you very much, Nick Domino, for keeping me on the straight and narrow. Once again, you are doing the job admirably well. It's a very difficult job to keep me from going off the rails.
Oh, it definitely is. It's I try my best, but it's always a pleasure being here, especially with the racing being so good at it. So.
Wasn't it a cracker this week? As mentioned, next week is going to be very, very interesting. It is at Lime Rock Park next time out, but there's plenty of racing going on in between then and now, so do check back with us then. Until then, thank you very much, and good night!